The wood duck is a colorful duck of wooded swamps and stream sides. The wood duck is one of only a few North American ducks that nest in trees. Many people consider it to be the most beautiful of all waterfowl. Artificial nesting boxes came into being in about 1937. This was an effort to provide nesting habitat that was lost due to tree harvesting. Nesting boxes have been successfully used since then. Mel Allen was about 40 inches tall when this picture was taken next to an open house. House hunting takes several days of Mama checking out the security of houses and environments. This is done from a variety of angles. A tree near the house, on top of the house, and of course in the house. Daddy Duck gets involved, but mostly from afar, and not uncommonly, about halfway through the nesting, is no longer around. We're now viewing a video inside the nesting house. We're at its top, looking down at wood shavings, nesting material that was placed in the box by me as the house was being readied for occupancy. Mama Duck just entered this nesting box to check it out and to see if that's where she wants to lay her eggs. This visit is one of several that she will make before making her selection. She has come and gone over the past couple of days. Hopefully she has made a nesting house selection and will start laying. But we'll wait and see. Well, sure enough, there it is, egg number 1. And after a couple of visits, that could be eggs 2 and 3. Today we find Mrs. Duck in the house, having just finished laying. As you can see, she now has approximately 5 eggs. The total number of eggs that I have seen hens lay range from 10 to 14. Therefore, the laying period could last about 2 weeks. With a total egg count of greater than 14, you'd better start looking for more than one hen. She may stay from 30 to 40 minutes laying an egg, and during this time, she does a lot of egg rotation, snoozing, and preening, which is feather maintenance, a mandatory ritual for a waterfowl. Mom doesn't stay with the eggs during this laying period. After a day's laying of one egg, she will usually cover the eggs with a mixture of nesting material and her own down. Then she will leave the nest, returning to the marsh until the next laying session, about 24 hours later. Quack, quack, and away she goes. Remember a couple of frames ago I said that a hen can lay 10 to 14 eggs, and anything over that you had better start looking for another laying hen, or even more than one. If you could roughly count these eggs, there are at least 21 in the picture. We will see the problem in the next sequence. Oh, by the way, I want to warn you that things get a bit physical. However, no ducks are lost. Duck Wars, Round 1. Sometime later in the week, Duck Wars, Round 2, the final battle. This match lasted over 3 minutes, and most remarkable, not one egg was cracked. To the victress goes the spoils of incubating the clutch of 24 eggs for 30 days, and then raising the little brats. It is almost over, and the winner or loser will have to clean this mess up and settle down to about 720 hours, minus 60 hours for personal stuff like visiting her friends in the marsh and feeding, for a total of 660 hours of sleeping, preening, and rotating eggs. About 30 long days have gone by, the incubation period is over, and everyone is waiting for the big event, or should I say events. The hatch took over 6 hours, but you'll be spared that length of time. You should be looking for the eggs that appear to have black on them. Those are the hatching eggs. Oops, it looks like number 1 duckling has snuck out under the cover of mother. But stay tuned, there will be a lot more action to come. A few more ducklings have hatched. Time has passed, and Mom probably needs a snack. But it's hard to find a good McDonald duck meal in the marsh. Oh boy, look what I've found. Yes, she does eat eggshells, and so do the ducklings. Some things just could not be left out. This needs no words. Watch the egg that is beginning to hatch to the right of the hen's breast. Mom helps a lot of ducklings out of their eggs. That's her story. Looks like duckling abuse to me. After 6 hours, the hatch has got to be over, and 2 eggs are still remaining. Wait! Look, there's a 3rd egg, and it's hatching. Congratulations! Daffy Duck is born. This scene is the morning after the hatch. Yes, 24 hours later. There are 22 ducklings and 2 eggs that were probably never fertilized and didn't hatch. Mother Duck has left the nest for her feeding and preening. Her instructions were, do not answer the door, lay still, and not a peep out of you. I wonder which school they learned that from. Possibly Mother's Nature School of the Living. Mama has returned, and she will give further instructions for the departure from the nest, which is called the jump, and the trip to the marsh, where she will raise them. Note, they will not return to the nesting house. She advises, now hear this, I will leave the nest and you will be quiet and stay here until I call for you to come. This is a ladder you will use to climb out. The jump is 12 feet to the water. Just close your eyes and flap your wings. When you hit the water, swim to me and stay. First, I'll see if the coast is clear to jump. Something is wrong out there. A neighbor's dog, hawk, crows, great blue herons, fish, alligators, George, or other predators. Mom tried to leave and returned 6 times until she was satisfied that it is safe for her ducklings. This is the 6th and final time that Mama Duck has tried to start the jump. She's back at the opening, she's looking, and she's out into the water. The coast must be clear because she's calling to her baby ducklings to start the jump. Number 1 has jumped, and number 2 will be jumping pretty soon. We will now go back in time a few minutes and show you Mama Duck outside of the house checking to see if it was safe to jump. There is number 1 duckling getting up the nerve to jump. He's airborne. Happy landing! Mom is waiting for her brood to jump and swim to her. Yes, they are instant swimmers too. Ducklings number 2 and 3 are eager to jump. I think not. Back to inside the house, where it's like an hour game comedy. The jump scenes take about 2 minutes. Keep your eyes on the bouncing ducklings. Now you know why he was named Daffy. It's time to bid our feathered friends adieu as they head for the Big Branch Marsh and their new lives.